What does it feel like to be 96 and a legend, Miss Legend?
I'm amazed every single day I live.
Do you feel like you have more to do?
Yes, that's why I'm still here. I mean, what my life became is not what I expected. I had no idea that I would touch anybody.
When the time comes, what do you want us to remember about you?
I've done my best.
Cicely Tyson passed away. It was deeply moving for me. I loved Cicely Tyson dearly. She was a dear friend to myself, to Mrs. Butts, to our entire church. I described her as a diva with grace. She carried herself as an actor of great renown. She didn't take a back seat to anyone. She would not prostitute her gifts. She wouldn't sell herself to the highest bidder. She wouldn't take any role just to make the dollar. She sacrificed because of that. But she was a woman of great dignity, great spiritual strength, great faith. She had a place in our church where she would sit. She bought that pew in memory of her mother. We don't sell pews so that people can sit in them, but she donated to our church, and she asked that when she was here and she could sit there, and of course we agreed. But she would come to church often, and you wouldn't even know she was here. She would not be spectacular as she can be. She would just sit in the back and worship God. She was here every Sunday she could be when she wasn't working, traveling. She was a good member. And you know my expression, if your religion won't take you to church, it is doubtful it will take you to heaven. I believe she is enjoying the peace of heaven. Cicely Tyson will be missed. We'll say more when we know more about her final services. I understand now in speaking with the family that it will be a private service. Last Thursday, she drifted here to do a interview with Gayle King. We saw her then and embraced and talked for a while. And at the end of the interview, Gayle King asked Cicely Tyson, when the time comes, what do you want us to remember about you? And Ms. Tyson answered and said that I did my best. That I did my best. So 96 years of living a glorious life. And her memoir, Just As I Am, is coming out. And you can pay tribute to Cicely by getting a copy of that memoir. And it is currently sold out on Amazon, but we wait word from the publisher, HarperCollins, when the book will become available again. And it's some story, beloved. I mean, you know, she's just wonderful. And reading her story will give encouragement and inspiration to generations of young men and women, particularly those who are in the arts. So our hearts are broken and we are saddened, but she lived a triumphant life. She was God's gift to us. We've had many celebrities who attended our church faithfully and religiously, many who have demonstrated great faith. Among them was one like Moms Mabley. Thank you, Whoopi Goldberg. Moms Mabley. Moms was a good member. She would sit to the left here, to my left, your right, in the balcony. A good member and a great artist. And so, beloved, I thank you for your prayers, your calls in this season of COVID, and as popular as she was, it's taking the family a moment to get everything together and worship. And we send our love and our prayers out to her as we do to the daughter and family of Cicely Tyson.
They can't complain about the braids.
No, well, you know what, Ellis, we were so hung up about our hair that, I mean, we were led to believe that it was unattractive and because it was nappy or kinky and all of those things. And I hope that by now, it's been 12 years for me, and I hope by now we've come through that thing. And I think the braids is the other end of that whole line, you know, from the natural, where when I wore it, people looked at me and said, why don't you go home and comb your hair or do something else. Even my mother went through a whole thing about that. I mean, she forbid me to come and visit her because she thought she was embarrassed about the whole thing. And I think hair got completely out of proportion. If you want to straighten it, you straighten. If you want to wear it natural, you wear it natural. But you shouldn't be made to feel embarrassed because you are dealing with your God-given whatever it is.
Yeah, and how you want it to be.
Cicely was never the likeliest of Hollywood stars. The daughter of immigrants from the West Indies, she was raised by a hard-working and religious mother who cleaned houses. Children to attend schools. Once she got her education, Cicely not just to say lines, I would not accept roles, she said, because they projected us, particularly women, in a realistic light and impersonation. Sounder, to the trip to Bountiful, to the autobiography of Miss Jane Pittman. Cicely's convictions and grace have helped for us to see the dignity in every single beautiful member of the earth. She's just gorgeous.
Cicely Tyson.
Hi! Afro, and everybody was like DMT, John Shirley, they were all like, oh, Cicely, and you said Daddy, that's why. And we went to see Leon in the Met, and then there was this huge party, and that is when I got to walk in, and she was a big little mini pony suit.
Devotion
Miss
to the faith,
Cicely Tyson,
her commitment to advancing equality for all Americans,
you know,
especially women of color,
went on,
have touched
and
audiences
it took me
multiple generations.
a few days of
Autobiography
procrastination to actually say anything. I just wrote a letter, and I'm going to share it with you. Thank you for being the woman that you are, the artist that you are, and for being it from the very start. Talent, beauty, brains, style, commitment to our people, to the art, to community. Thank you for your authentic glamour, be it Patrick Kelly, vintage, whatever you wanted to put together and express yourself, Halston, B. Michael, whether you were bald or wigged or braided or natural, it was all authentically you. You owned it all. Thank you for your amazing performances throughout the years, for the incredible performance in Sounder.
Nathan! Nathan!
That run down the hill, which made me know I wanted to be an actor as you greeted your husband, or Miss Jane Pittman, and that incredible, determined walk to the fountain. And thank you for calling my father, who was a dentist there in Baton Rouge, and saying, Valerian, I need a gold tooth because the gold tooth is going to make me look less attractive when Jane Pittman is supposed to be older. Because you know what that did for me? It let me know that actors have process. You can think and elaborate on a role and really figure out how to solve the problems. And thank you before that, when my father introduced me to you in New York City. You walked into this room, the belle of the ball, and you took time to talk to a 15-year-old girl. And then later at Howard University for Summer in the Parks, when you performed with our troupe, and when everybody said goodbye, you said, I'm not going to say goodbye to you because I know I'll see you soon. Thank you for every nugget that you deposited in me that gave me the courage to keep going. And I know that you did it for so many of us. Thank you for that. Thank you for your humor and your vulnerability and your wisdom and your curiosity. Thank you for showing us that complex is okay. Thank you for dancing on tables and into dawn and having so much fun and throwing off your shoes and just making it work. Thank you for opening doors and flipping the script and moving the conversation forward. I want to thank you for walking as the soulful queen that you are through all of it, teaching us that royalty need not be unapproachable, but can be available, hardworking, and fun.
I've done my best.
Your best is better than most of us will ever do. And thank you for everything, because I wouldn't be me without the inspiration of you being you. I love you, Miss Cicely.
Miss Tyson, we found